Hey, this is Diana, the Midnight Rose, trying to get back in the groove of things here today. But Tuesdays are going to be a little bit rough for me because Tuesday is Mars Day. It's my day for writing my book, working on my book on Mars. Duh. But I want to do a little bit of a reading before I get started for the day. So let's get into it. Let's see what's going on here today. And I'm going to start with this deck. I keep forgetting the name of this deck, but I really like this deck. And I like the fact that it's small. I can shuffle it. I can handle it a little bit better than other decks because I have little tiny stubby hands. But let's just do a general reading, see what comes to me. Well, I can kind of shuffle it. My right hand is not what it used to be. Okay. All right, so let's start. Let's move this deck aside, make a little space. Let's start with 3 cards, just in general to get started for the collective. So taking a deep breath, let's focus. Okay, 3 cards for the collective. All right, let's get these out of the way. Move these front and center. The one thing I forget about these cards, I like the size for shuffling, but I don't like the size for reading because I am blind as a bat for these tiny things. Okay, glasses on. Okay, here we go. 2 of Pentacles, Justice. Wow. And in the center, no less. 4 of Swords. Hmm. Things are definitely feeling out of balance. And by the way, I know people always say this. I always forget to say it. Take what resonates with you and leave behind the rest because it is a collective reading. So you're not going to have an exact match for everybody on everything, but in general, if you're drawn to this reading and you're watching it, you're feeling like things are tremendously out of balance with the 2 of Pentacles reversed. And boy, are you looking for balance and particularly fairness. Things have felt unfair and you just want to curl up in a ball. And, in the traditional Rider Waite, this is the man or the knight sleeping and the swords are around him. We need a break from some of the things that have been going on. That's kind of the general gist. I think we're going in the general direction. But I'm a little concerned about justice in this context. Yes, it is upright, so justice will prevail. But the feeling of being out of balance is reflected here. You're going to come back in balance, but you need to take some time off and recuperate and do some self-care. But let me go into this a little bit more. Let's do some clarification here. Yeah, well, well, that's a confirmation. The Hermit. Yeah, you definitely need some time kind of self-isolating to think about things, to reflect on things, to figure out which direction to go next. And for wow. Oh, these are really positive. I just, for some reason, I feel like this. It should be like this. These cards are connected. Of course, especially because we're talking about the 2 of Pentacles reversed. We're talking about the Ace of Pentacles upright. So, you know, there's a saying that I'm not sure if I'm headed for a breakdown or a breakthrough. But the one thing I've noticed, particularly with life, is that the breakdown comes before a breakthrough. It's like we almost have to have that moment of like, I can't take it anymore. I don't feel like things are going right before we get a breakthrough. And that is reflected in the first three cards. You're feeling unbalanced. You want balance. You want justice. And by the way, the justice card, we're coming up on a new moon in Taur- new moon in Taurus. Oh, but and that's ruled a new moon in Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. But Venus also rules Libra, which are the scales, justice. So maybe there's something that's going to come into fruition with this new moon. Um, a lot of Venus energy because she's creative, she's beautiful, but also turning that into something that brings earthly rewards. And also Venus is kind of about the essential, the earthly, the material. So, but this, this rest period that you want and you need, or maybe you don't want it, you just need it. But that was the key to turning things around. You need some time to sit and think about what's out of balance, how you can balance it, what you can do. And the hermit, people in astrology are really afraid of the 12th house imprisonment. They call it imprisonment or limitation, but sometimes you choose that in an esoteric way. You choose to be the hermit. You choose to meditate and withdraw from the world. And that's what you're being called to do right now. I do see someone that is either helping you, a very prominent, powerful person. Maybe you are that powerful person and you just aren't sure of it. You need to do that recuperation to bounce back and become the powerful person you are. But it could be an outside force too. If you have a significant other, maybe they're going to be involved and critical, a key to this recuperation that you need. And you may need to withdraw a little bit from this person if you're in a relationship. Just kind of take some of your own time, not in a petty or mean spirited or vengeful way. Just and someone who's mature and powerful will not be threatened by this if you need to just take some time for yourself. Let's do some of my Rider-Waite. Let's do a couple of Rider-Waite cards. Well, that popped out. Strength reversed. Sometimes we need to be weak. We need to feel, or let me rephrase that. We need to feel weak, not be our usual strong self. Maybe you are the one that's thought of as the strong one, the one people always go to, and you need to take some time for yourself. You can't be everything to everybody. And that is kind of starting to come through. I think maybe this Emperor card is you have been the pillar of strength for so many, and it's time for you to put yourself first, to take a break and regroup and put yourself first so that you can take this sense of imbalance and turn it into forward motion, productive motion, making things happen materially. And I want to draw one card from this deck too. I need to really look at my deck names and make a list and put them in my description. Okay. One card from this deck for further clarification. Am I, yeah, see if I'm on the right track here. Whoa. Wow. Phoenix imagery has been coming up a lot for me lately. And this is something, wow. You have always been the strong one that people go to. And now it's time to take care of you. And in the process of letting go, maybe you have some toxic relationships, and this doesn't have to be um, romantic relationships, it can be platonic as well, that are toxic. And it's time to let go of those toxic things. There's too much dragging you down, too many people depending on you or wanting your time and your energy. And sometimes you just have to let go of some things, you know, and maybe not altogether. Although the phoenix rising from the flames does imply an extreme cutting away, pruning, an extreme pruning of things in your life that are dragging you down so that you can be reborn, so to speak. So it's time to let go of the things that are taking you out of balance and balance the scales. Rest and recuperate. Give yourself some self care. Stop being the powerful person that everyone is everyone's go to. There comes a time when you need to not be the strong, not be everyone's strong force, their go to. Look within and find your own strength and turn this back up. Find your own strength. Turn this card upright because there is some magic in taking the cards when they're reversed and turning them right side up. Then, there may be also some pruning. Sometimes it's letting go of a lot of material things or material wants. It doesn't have to be something that you have. It could be something you want. Oh, if I just get this, I'll be happy. Oh, if I just get that, my life will be perfect. No, 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 it won't. Not if it's something outside you. So letting go. In alchemy, we would refer to this as the rubido. Um, Kind of the final stage. Well, not kind of, it is the final stage of transformation, whether it be in an alchemical sense, material turning uh, lead into gold, or spiritually, letting go of the things that do not serve you. And this is time to let go. Take some time to yourself to figure out exactly what it is you need to let go. There's something or some things that are just not working for you. And it's time to let go and move on. So we do have the new moon coming up in Venus. Um, that is a good time to plant the seeds of doing something new or starting a new phase of life or a new project. So, and then Venus actually does move into Aries. And I did a video on Venus yesterday. It's a big part of the upcoming transits for April. Of course, we also have another big transit coming up with Mars. Is going to be opposite of Pluto. Ooh, well, this is interesting. I just realized this. So, when Mars is in opposition to Pluto, it is a very difficult transit and that can bring a lot of upheaval and violence, mindless violence. So that's one aspect of it, but maybe just laying low right now is a good thing. Still got a lot of Mars energy going on, and Mars is going into Leo. Mars is going into Leo. So it's been in its fall, it's been retrograde, but when it's retrograde and in fall, it's not very active. But Mars is going to be going into Leo, like, hey, look at me. I'm manifesting Mars. So this could very much be a relationship thing where you've been in a power dynamic with relationships and someone who maybe has been sort of passive aggressive might be trying to be more aggressive once, with the move into Leo. So the bottom line is you got to take care of you. There's something that you need to rethink, refigure, and let go of. Doesn't have to be a person. It could be things. It could be a job. It could be family. That's my case. But toxic people are toxic people, whether they're related by blood, whether they're bound to you by marriage. If they're toxic, they're toxic. And it's time to let go. So this is a big, powerful new moon. Um, and this is kind of matching that energy that's coming up with some of these transits. Venus in particular, also maybe Mars. But the overall message is you do you, boo. So you need to take care of yourself and not let others drain you. Toxic people need to go. This is good advice for me too, because God knows I have toxic people or had them in my life. I have been no contact with my family for 5 years. My parents are deceased. It's the siblings I'm talking about. And it's hard. And there are days whenever I have a bad day, I get angry. I want to lash out. But it's like sometimes you just have to let things go. And that is definitely the case for me. So let's see. Okay, sixth house. Yeah. Boy, you might find a tremendous amount of upheaval clearing the way in because Uranus, yeah, Uranus is usually sudden change. So Uranus in Aries is something's going to happen very quickly in your everyday life in the sixth house. That's the kind of the day-to-day grind. Uh, can also be health issues, so be careful with your health. Take care of yourself. That's part of the Four of Swords and the Hermit. Take care of yourself. Give yourself good, you know, get some exercise, eat well. We all like to indulge every now and then, but this is a time to just try to stay focused on nurturing yourself through self-care, uh, eating well, because if you eat junk food, you're going to feel like crap. I mean, let's be honest. Garbage in, garbage out. That's how you feel. So this is the message I have for you right now. We've got the new moon on the 27th, and you can do a little extra magic on that day. Set some intentions that you want, and try to make a list of things you want to manifest. That would be a good exercise. And keep that list through the phases of the moon. And when we get to the full moon next month, then you can do a ritual like burning your intentions. You completed them. It's time to move on to another cycle. But this is a time to lay low, regroup, and when the new moon arrives on the 27th and Venus moves into Aries on the 30th, it's time to go, go, go. The calm before the storm, the storm of good. It's like, yeah. So that is what I'm seeing in the cards today. I hope something resonated with you. If it did, let me know. And also like and subscribe the video. You could also check out my website, which I should be mentioning. It's in the links below, The Midnight Rose. I am updating it and working on it because I am getting an ad at the NORWAC conference coming up in May. So just submitted my ad yesterday. So there I'm going to be updating some of the clothing, and I am offering readings, astrology readings I'm going to do 25 readings for $25 each, which is an extremely low price if you've priced astrologers. So, but it's like student readings, like when you go to the beautician and you get, or you go to the beauty school and get a haircut cheap by students. So I have completed 1 year of my 3-year program. So I've got the basics and I want to start practicing. So once those 25 readings are booked, that's it. The prices are going up. All right. And I'm about to start year 2. We're about to get into year 2. So this is very exciting. And I want to do some more astrology here. So please check out the website and I will see you in the next video. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.